Hello. So I think for my first video, I'm going to show how I flatten a board. This is a 4/4 cherry board, rough sawn. So it's got a pretty big cup in the middle here, going from here to here. So this is the high side, and then the bottom here, this is the low side, and the high side's on the side. So I figured I'd just show you how my process is, and hope you enjoy. So essentially what I'm doing right here is just checking my pointing long ways across the wood, tilting it to its side so I can see if there's any light coming through on the corner here, telling me how far I am away from flat, where I need bringing it down to a nice touch across the bottom of the plane, all the way across the side of the wood. I'm going to start lightening up. My pass is also here after this one. Really getting a good clean edge. See, now we're going to start taking real small shavings, real thin. Start sneaking up on the relative flatness of it. I'm more concerned currently right now of the board being flat as opposed to being completely smooth with no tear out, no rough ends left. Once I have everything flat, I can come back in with a smoother plane and get all the ridges out and the little tear outs that are kind of popping up on here. Much better. So what I was doing there was feeling the board against a flat surface, seeing where it rocks at. It's good in the corners. It's not good right here. I get movement primarily in the middle. So I'm assuming that my high spot is somewhere in the middle of the board, maybe a little bit further back. So we'll take short passes in the middle. We'll see what that leaves us with. Getting better. Very slight. Do it again. So it took about 20 minutes to do the one side, probably another 20 to do the back. Probably would be, well, definitely would be faster with power tools, but I enjoy the journey. I enjoy the journey just as much as I enjoy the finished product. So that's why I choose power tools, or I'm sorry, hand tools. So on the opposite side of the board, we already took care of the cup. The high side was in the middle. On the opposite side of the cup, the high side is going to be on my edges here. We address this a little bit differently. I know some people use a scrub plane to go across here, which is what I did on the other side. I like going and traversing with my joiner plane across this way, basically all the way down until the hollow has been worked down by the edges. The plane here is long enough so that as I'm coming across one side here, by the time that the blade is getting close to the middle, my toe here is already on the other side, keeping my blade from dipping down into the middle and following that groove. So we'll go ahead and start that. So you can already start to see the, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, the edges are being hit by the blade, whereas this portion right here is being completely skipped over. So we'll just continue to work until we get that all the way down. See if I'll show up in here. The dark portion you're seeing right here is all that remains of that concave portion of the board. The rest of this, from here down to here, has all been flattened. We're getting close. Try to often wax the bottom of my plane, help reduce the friction of the metal going across the wood. So it makes it easier for me to move across. I use the tallow here. I got it from one of my buddies at the hand tool school. It's kind enough to give me some to try out, and I really like it. have one high spot here in the middle. And the way I can tell by that, oh, here's another one, is when I'm here and I'm rotating, attempting to rotate with just my hand pressure, the plane back and forth like this, it grabs on the corners, making it difficult. Whereas here, it's got a little high spot right there. Here's another one. Here, same pressure, you can't get it to turn because it's grabbing across the entire board. Whereas here, so what we'll do, there we go. There she is. All right. We're flattening these boards in order to make a a large tool cabinet that will hang on my wall currently where my pegboard is. I've grown to despise pegboards. They're horrible inventions, everything falls off. But shortly we'll be jointing these two together, making sure the edges are perfectly square. By jointing, we're gonna laminate the edges together with hide glue to make one large panel. This will be the panels for the main cabinet. As you can see, I've already got this one marked here. Not entirely certain if my camera will show that. Let me see here. Cabinet maker's triangle. I've got some other marks about which way the grain is running, what side I want to cut, where I want my waste to be taken off of to make this into the appropriate width. I try to cut off as much of the imperfections as I can in the ripping process while saving the best portion of the board. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of sapwood within the board here, all of this white portion right here. But luckily, the main cabinet is going to be hidden. The exterior minus 1/4 of an inch on this side right here will be the reveal on the front of the cabinet. The rest of it will all be hidden with a second cabinet that will come off of it. Yeah, stay tuned.